Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We are seeing less of those hazy skies in our area, but it's not fully over yet. Others across the country are either seeing hurricanes or even wildfires, and we're going to check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yes, things are looking a little bit better for us here as we head into the afternoon. We do have some clouds overhead right now with some sunshine in between. The haze, though, that we had yesterday that really obscured our sunshine, that has cleared out a little bit. Still have some out there, but the cooler air moving in out of the north, bringing in some air that is not necessarily affected by the wildfire smoke. So here's a look at our temperatures right now. We are into the 50s. It's 57 degrees in Fergus Falls, 56 in Fargo, and 55 in Bemidji. So not too far off from where we started this morning with some partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Winds are out of the north. We're looking at winds gusting into the 20s right now, a 26-mile-per-hour gust in Fargo. So that's just going to continue to drive in that northerly air and cooler air. And you can see we've had some clouds develop as a result of that. I'm hoping as we head further into the afternoon that we'll get to see more and more sunshine, and some of us are, but there are places that are a little more cloudy than others, including Fargo right now. Taking a look at your planner for later today, we'll try to get to 60, but it is going to be a much cooler day. We'll let you know when that warm up, and we do have one is coming up here in the forecast.
If 60s are the goal, then I'll take it, because anything below that is too cold. Thank you, Lisa. Well, Hurricane Sally finally made landfall this morning as a Category 2 storm near the Alabama and Mississippi Gulf Shore. Now it's causing massive flooding and leaving thousands without power as it moves slowly inland. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest from Mobile, Alabama.
Hey there, and thankfully right now a bit of a break from the rain. The wind's still gusting though, and you can see that behind me. Take a look. You can see it's still whipping the trees here and moving the lamppost back and forth a bit. As you move down to Mobile Bay, what you'll notice is that the wind is still pushing the water here as well. White caps on the bay here, and you can see that mist of the water that's still getting pushed around. And these are conditions that are going to continue for a while, not only here but across the region. Of course, this storm making landfall near Gulf Shores, Alabama, just before sunrise, and bringing with it violent winds, a mounting surf that really pushed the storm surge inland quite a bit there. And that storm surge added to the rain is going to cause, as the National Weather Service has alluded to, historic flooding in some of the low-lying areas that this storm has affected. Right next door in Orange Beach, they saw more of the same with the driving rains there. We've got flooding in several areas, and that water's not going to go anyway anytime soon. This storm has made landfall. It's just not real anxious to move away. That lingering, slow progression is going to add to what are already difficult conditions here. Power lines down across the region. We know close to 500,000 without power. And again, this is something the area is going to have to deal with for the next several days. That's the latest right now here in Mobile. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you.
Officials say storm could produce historic rainfall totals as well as life-threatening flash floods. Authorities say a helmet may have saved a motorcycle rider from serious injuries after a crash in Grand Forks. Witnesses told officers that the guy was speeding on South Washington around 9 last night when he hit a curb and lost control of his bike. The driver wasn't seriously hurt, but his motorcycle is pretty much totaled. A teenager is recovering following a head-on crash in Todd County, Minnesota last night. The State Patrol says a 17-year-old driver was hurt when a pickup coming the other direction hit him while trying to pass someone on Highway 71. The victim does not have serious injuries. The driver of the pickup wasn't hurt. An education campaign aimed at persuading North Dakotans to wear masks and practice social distancing still has not yet begun. More than a month after $1.8 million in federal coronavirus aid was approved for the effort. The campaign had been set to start Monday. A health department spokeswoman says 3 of the 10 private firms that submitted bids for education effort had equal proposals under the state's scoring system, which has delayed the effort for at least another week. Let's take a look at the COVID-19 numbers. In North Dakota, there are 269 new cases, along with 5 more deaths. The death toll now sits at 177. The active case count is more than 2,528. In Minnesota, health officials are reporting 513 new cases of COVID-19, along with 7 new deaths linked to the illness. More than 1,900 deaths have been attributed to the disease, and more than 79,000 people have recovered. Have you received your flu shot? I know I did this morning. And if not, Sanford Health is providing new, easier ways to receive one. The drive-through blitzes will be offered at the Fargo Dome over the next 4 Saturdays for adults and children over the age of 6 months. These annual flu vaccinations are used to reduce the risk of becoming ill with influenza and even preventing transmitting it to others. Staff is asking those interested to set appointments to control the flow of traffic. They also say comfortability is key.
Reminding them that it's going to hurt for a little bit, but the more that you use the muscle throughout the day, the better that the medication gets absorbed in your muscle, and it just is a really easy process.
Details to sign up for the flu shot clinic can be found on our VNL News app. 3 high school athletes in Minnesota and their parents are suing the state high school league for alleged violations of the league's bylaws. The action comes after fall football and volleyball were moved to the spring due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The suit claims schools don't need to follow the schedule switch since the league didn't follow its own rules of who has the authority to make changes. The high school league has not commented. A hearing in the case is scheduled for Friday. In today's consumer news, Kohl's will cut 15% of its office workers to save money as sales have been hurt by the pandemic. Kohl's isn't saying exactly how many people will lose their jobs, but the layoffs will be at its headquarters in Wisconsin, as well as offices in New York and California. In recent months, other retailers, including Levi's and Victoria's Secret owner L Brands, have also announced corporate job cuts. Kohl's temporarily closed all of its stores at the start of the pandemic. At the reopening, sales fell nearly 75% in the second quarter. The Big Ten is going to give fall football a shot after all, less than 5 weeks after pushing football and other fall sports to spring in the name of player safety during the pandemic. The conference changed course, and it says it plans to begin October 24th. Each team will have an 8-game schedule. The move came amid sharp pressure from coaches, a lawsuit from players, and pressure from parents and even President Trump pushing for a Big Ten football season. Well, coming up at noon, the family of Breonna Taylor reached a major settlement this morning. And whether or not feeling bad at this hour, well, weather up next to Plan Your Day.